Hello, my name is Roxy, and welcome to DBOG back here. I don't know why I'm in training mode, but that's a thing. I haven't been on here in quite a while. Really, it's new animation work. But, yeah, I watched, uh, I'm in training mode. I watched Ultra Hand's new video about why this game is dead and why this game is dying. Can I travel to Earth, please? Thank you. And I disagree with a lot of their points. So I know it's been forever since I talked about DBOG, but I just felt like I had to at least say something about the situation at some point. So it stands to reason that this game is dying. It's got 500 active players, 445 if you want to get specific about it. Um, it's not doing the best. It used to have over 2,000, 1,000, 2,000. It used to be in the good like 1 to 2, 3,000 range, and now it's a tenth of that. Even 1,000 would be decent for it right now, but it's not, and that could be spelled to a numerous amount of things. But the biggest thing is just the lack of updates, the lack of content updates, namely. Um, there are things that you can do, of course, without that. There are things like balance changes and all that to make things more viable and make everything nice and stuff. But without content updates and more things for players to do, your game's gonna die. That's a sad reality. People will get stale. People will get bored of things that you have to do. Now, when I look at the um, updates of, let's say, DBOG, because I've been playing that as well, another Roblox game. It's in the same genre, namely, but it is a Roblox game. So, update came out today. Update came out a few days ago. Update came out a few days ago. Update came out a week ago. And these are all numerous updates that are for balance changes, but there's also new content updates. They have a whole team working towards it. They have tons of people and resources to work on this. And that's namely not Sony's fault. You know, you can't get everything, you can't have everything you want. You can't always have the resources to do things, right? That's something I can't fault them for. What I can fault them for is the decisions to add things that they shouldn't be adding, like things like fishing. That's not going to be adding people back into the game. You need more content for people to do. I guess fishing is more content, but no one's going to be like, oh, fishing update! I need to go back and play DBOG right now because I need to fish. That's something to do on the side. And I do agree that there needs to be more options for you to level up other than just killing and doing quests, because that's boring. That's boring. Um, the AI is frankly unintuitive. Actually, I wouldn't say unintuitive. I don't know how to put it. It's not the best, right? The combat is enticing, but it's mostly against other players because AI can be cheesy and just get stronger, which is fine. It's just a bandit beater. You watch a funny number go up, and you watch yourself get stronger. I have a stat reset, by the way. What the hell? But yeah, that's the entire thing about this game. You watch your funny number go up, watch yourself get stronger, and that's the entire thing. And that's fine for what it is. It's fine for what it is. But the things like the animation updates, it's cool. You know, it's a nice thing. I have a little shockwave when I jump and stuff. That's cool. Uh, all my stuff has cool particles and all that. But that's not gonna bring people back. You need more content. Let me put on some other points that they mentioned in their video. A lot of it was just saying I could have done this. Young people, they don't actually listen to their problems and stuff like that, and that's just stroking their own ego, like somebody said in the comments. Comments, yes, and it's true. Ultrahan's, she's pretty egotistical. It's just there's like my decisions were the best. If you listen to me, this game could have lived, and since you aren't, this game's dying, and that's not true. Things like they said, like the messy update schedule, it's true. I'd say more of a lack of update schedule and lack of updates in general that made this game die. That's the main thing, is that there's not enough variety in the game to do. They said something about the races being too similar, and that's a fair point. Is that you know, they wanted to remove races and stuff, but that's a mute point because it's too late for that. The races are already added to the game. You can't I mean, you can remove them, but there's not a point to that. You just have to give more depth to races that already exist, right? So what's the point of adding all this diff time and all that stuff into this game when you're not even going to do anything about it, right? If you have, if you're not going to put that into action. So, right, sorry. You have all these races and stuff like that. You can't remove them after that. It's too late because you have them in the game. It'd be a waste not to use them otherwise. So, removing the races isn't going to do anything. Not adding new races is fine. Having more variety in each race to make them do different things, that needs to be done. That needs to be done. Their stats don't really do much in terms of like stat variety. You have your 5 stats and all. Yeah, you have your 5 stats and all that, but there's not enough. There's 2 builds. You could go physical, key, or you could go like mixed. So sorry, there's 3 builds, and there's little subclasses each one. So Android's a subclass because you can do infinite key. It allows you to do a different playstyle, which is fine. And Bio Android allows a different playstyle because you're doing a war of attrition. You could heal and they can't. So the main goal is to add more variety in gameplay so you can do other things. There's like 4 things to do. That's not a lot. Not to mention all the moves. You've got probably over 100 moves in the entire game. Half of them don't do shit. Half of them are useless. They don't do anything. And you're not looking to... I'm going to reset myself. You're not looking... to get the best move, because there's like 5 moves that are the best. You get the best move for your level, you level up, and it's not useful anymore. There's not variety in action. You can't use other moves. They don't really do much else. You got like something that'll make you shoot a beam, and this one will make you, guess what? It'll make you shoot a beam. And this one will make you shoot a spherical beam. This one will make you shoot a beam from your mouth, from your eyes, and then this one from your tail. There's not enough move variety to make it feel like you're doing something new. You just basically go for the next biggest move, the next best move, and that needs to be something that needs to be addressed. Is that moves needs to be a smaller pool of moves, but more useful in that sense. A more class variety of actions in terms of you could go for key beam attacks, or you could classify in key blast attacks or key blades and everything like that. And then for melee, you could have melee like Kiko hose that will scale off your melee attack and stuff like that. You need more variety in moves to make it feel like you're actually doing something different. Hello. Because if you're just playing the game and not doing anything different, you're gonna get bored. You're gonna get stale. It's just a sad reality of how this is gonna work. A ranked has a namesake in this, but if I see by the poll that they did in their server, reaction rules, or is it an announcement somewhere? Sorry, they did a poll to say, hey, do you guys do more PvP or PvE? And most people said they did PvE. There's a large majority of people that do PvE rather than PvP. Now that's fine. That's how the game goes. So that's what you have to go for. There are things like the character creation update. That's cool. That's cool, man. The new hairs, the sneak peeks and new hairs, that's cool, man. But that's not going to bring people back. I'm not going to come back for DBOG because, oh man, I could get a new haircut. That's not what the diff time needs to go into. That's something you do on the side, maybe. But you need more content. And I know eventually they're going to release it. And there's been problems with things like, builders and all that. And that's fine. But most of the stuff is scripting. You give a builder just to make whatever you need. But most of the stuff is scripting. You could use your base attacks from our beam attacks like they've been doing. You just add the number go up for their beam attacks and make it go a little bit bigger for their beam attacks. But there needs to be more variety in races with Legend Quest, which I said before, and they dismissed it. They said, that's not what we want to do with Legend Quest. We want to be rare forms. And that's fine, but that's how their game is going to go. Because you're not having enough variety in gameplay. You're not having enough content in gameplay. So the game's going to die. Partially, it's not their fault. Partially, it is their fault. It's just a sad reality of the game, and that's how it's going to go. Let me see if there's anything else I want to say about their video. Not much to do. That's fine. The core gameplay loop is okay. It it was fun. It was enticing, but um, with no new variety in gameplay, as they keep saying, it's gonna get stale. Just like anything, it's gonna get stale. No content updates. You're gonna get bored. Um, Anything else I want to say about Ultra Hand's video? Also, speaking of your videos, I know you do a lot of text stuff, but I don't want to keep looking through your video. I want to hear your voice. Take action about something unless a lot of people complain about it or suggest it. That's how communities work. Unless he's not gonna listen to one person says, "Hey, I don't like your game because it's bad." But if a lot of people say, "Hey, I don't like your game because it's bad," they're gonna listen to people because there's more people saying it. I'm not gonna listen to a ton of people or like 5 people that say, "I hate your video. This thing needs to change." If 100 people are saying, "I like this part of your video. This shouldn't change," because you should listen to the majority of your community basis, because those are the people that are gonna keep your game alive. And I think they've done things that are against the community. Um, there's some drama earlier, which I'm not gonna go into, but some things just like I'm looking, scrolling up in updates, and barely anything has happened. There's just not enough. There's just not enough. But oh well. So fishing's not gonna bring people back. It's a little side project they could do. But and things like, oh, do people like the news updates? Yeah, people are probably gonna like. Oh, here's it. No, sorry, 1,000 people said they did PvP. 5,000 people said they'd be PvE. So people like PvE more than PvP. A lot of people like melee more than key, and they have a tank as a class, but that's not really a class. You have to go into one or the other, and then balanced. So high ice is melee, middle is balance, is right there with key. So, oh well. Um, that's all I have to say about this. The game dies because there's not enough content. There's not enough variety in gameplay. TLDR, game's dead. Anyway, thank you for watching. I know this is a little bit different, but yes. Peace out. A little rant. I'm not really, this wasn't really a planned thing. I just felt like talking about it. Spark some, community action, if you will. Peace out.